Hello everyone, my name is Griffin, and this is Stitchin with the Griffin, Crochet Fun number 7. This playlist, if you're new here, is all about my crochet. Sometimes I talk about other things, but today it's all about my crochet, or how little I have done in the last 2 weeks since my last video. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and thank you to everyone who has stopped in to visit and watch my little video here. I try to keep things short, within 30 minutes or so you guys can go off and do whatever else you need to do for your day. I'm going to start this video by saying that I am very, very disappointed in myself and in the patterns that I've been trying to do, and it is very frustrating and disappointing. My coworker and my friend Misty asked me to make her newest grandbaby, little boy, a pair of sneakers, baby booty that look like sneakers, and she sent me a picture. I don't have it now. A picture on Pinterest. Well, she sent it to me on Facebook, but it was one of those cross stitch or crochet groups, and they send you a picture, and trying to find a good picture of the one that I just tried to do. Okay. So, the one that she sent me, and it had a link because it was in a Facebook crochet group. And it ended up being, I had to dig to find a pattern that was supposed to be the one that was in the picture. And when I tried working that pattern, it just didn't make any sense. So apparently, from what I can gather, it was an AI picture and an AI generated pattern that this woman, or this person, was trying to pass off as her own work. She kept saying, I'm new at this, I've never written patterns before, so I don't know how good this is going to come out. If you have written a pattern for something, I would hope that you would test it out yourself before you put it out there. And then if it didn't make any sense to you, why would you put it out there? Why would you frustrate people? Because are you hoping that they're going to fix it for you? That's what testers are for. You don't just throw it out there and say, hey, here you go, I don't know if it's going to work, but and then get mad, if someone takes your work and uses it for their own because they're going to fix it. That happened to me twice. The second one I found on Ravelry, and I am not going to say any names. I'm not going to, I don't want to start any of that kind of drama. Just let you know that one did not work out as well. I tried 2 or 3 times on both of these patterns, and first I thought, okay, it's my yarn. I don't have small enough yarn. It's not the right size. So I went to the smallest yarn I had, and it's still not right. Still not the right size. So then I ordered this yarn in white and in this lovely blue. It's like a royal blue or something. I think that's what it is. It's just blue. It doesn't say if it's royal blue or not, but I got it in white and royal blue. So then I'm using it, and then nothing. It still didn't work. So then I found this, and I've shown you this before. Let's see if I can bring up the page. It doesn't want to go to its start page, to its front page for some reason. I know there's a copyright. It's a book. Let me see if I can go this way. Maybe it'll go to the... Okay. Just can't get it to go to its... Okay. I can't get it to go back to its page. It's a Crochet Club store booklet called High Top Baby Booties with a monogram. It is... Let me see if I can find it. Jeez. Sorry, I'm using a tablet and it's not working for me very well. Can't find the top, but let me see. Those shoes were what I was trying to make, but with a white bottom, and then the body of it was going to be blue, and then the little this little piece here was actually going to be a monogram of the baby's initials. And I went to the smallest hook available because that's what it says to use, a 1.3 millimeter steel hook, so that the baby shoe turns out to be about 3 inches. Well, with this yarn, which is supposed to be a size 1 fingering weight, sock, whatever, the tiny, you know, before you get down to crochet thread size, and I used the 1.3 millimeter, tore up my finger, tried it 3 different times to get the sole just the right size, and it ended up still being 3 1/4 inches. I was like, okay, I'll just be off that 1/4 inch. And I had to wet it and flatten it because it kept twisting on the end, so it was twisting in almost like an S formation. So let me show you. So I was trying to do that, and I'm going to show you this because why not? If I get in trouble for it, I get in trouble for it. But that's what I was trying to do, and it would twist. No matter, I did it like 3 or 4 times, and it's still. I loosened my tension, I tightened my tension, and it still twisted no matter what I did. So I wet it down and I flattened it. You know, put a weight on it and I flattened it. And I was like, okay, so maybe that's what I needed to do. I needed to like block it. So I did that. And then I started on the side, and right where it had twisted or tried to twist, it was like turned up a little bit. Here is the shoe. Okay, now I made 2 because it says to do 1 sole at a time, but do them at the same time. So 2 baby shoes. These are white, so I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see them, but yeah, there we go. 2 baby shoes, and I got the soles flattened out, and they started, you see that? They started on this side, started coming up. It's hard to see. And I redid these soles, I redid the backs so many times, and you can't really see where it's messed up, but it's messed up right there. Yeah, you can see it. See how the black goes up? Okay, so that's what it's doing. Now there's a seam here, and I followed the instructions exactly to the point, slip stitch where it said to slip stitch and everything. And it did it on both of them, on the exact same side. You see how it comes up like that? And it's actually turned here up. This is actually the sole part, and it's hard for you to tell, but there you go, see? So frustrating. So then I was like, okay, maybe once I get the front of it on, and it won't twist so much because the front of it will be fine. Can you see that? That's not fine. It goes up at a point on the opposite side that it twists. And see, it's supposed to be all one length, you know, all even through here. It does not even out, no matter what I do with that. Whether I put it on a slip stitch in the front or I do a, you know, an invisible, it does not even out. It looks like it's even here, and it looked like it was even there, but then when you put the tongue on, that's what you get. Sorry. This is what happens. I have tried multiple times. I am to my wit's end. This will not be fixed. I cannot fix that. I have tried many, many, many times. It does not fit inside the shoe. It curls on this side and pokes up on that side. And I'm done. I am very, very disappointed. This was supposed to be I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I'm going to have to tell her and disappoint her because I wanted her to have these shoes and she was looking forward to having these shoes. She has not paid me. I told her, no, don't pay me until you see the shoes. That's just the way I am. And I'm ready to cry over it, really. I mean, honestly, not trying to start any drama or anything, but I can't find a pattern for those shoes that I can make. Obviously, she made those because, you know, there are pictures there, step-by-step pictures. There's even, I think there's even a video for it. I could not make it go. I could not figure out what I was doing wrong. So, that is my failure. My first failure of the year. I'm sure there will be other failures in this year for what I try to make and cannot make. Operator error, bad material, I don't know. I just know I'm going to be disappointing her. So, that's that. I will share with you a finish, fully finished, because it's crochet and not cross stitch. I finished my Ruana. I don't have a picture, as usual, but the one that I was making with the Caron Perfect Phasing yarn. And I know I think it's Caron, it just says Caron Cakes Perfect Phasing. So let me get up. Drop my chair down. Sorry, I've got bells right there. Right above here. You can't really see them. Let me put this on properly. And this actually came out bigger and wider. I have to fix the back. Straighten the back out a little bit. Okay. Move my chair. So see how that came out? I mean, look at that. And it comes down to my waist, actually a little bit below my waist. And the picture shows that it has being fringed, but I am not going to fringe it. And in the front, it comes down a lot longer. It goes down to about mid-thigh. And that's the way it's designed. But as you can see, beautiful. It came out so gorgeous. 2 balls of that, of the Caron Cakes. That's all it took. And I'll put it this way because otherwise it'll fall off the thing. And I will fix it better later. But I'm very happy with that. Sorry, I'm picking stuff off the floor now. Hope you guys were able to hear me with that. I don't normally do big wearables like that, but I mean I did do the hexagon cardigan last year, and that came out really well. In fact, I'm probably going to put one more row around it so that it's a little bit longer and actually covers me a little better, but this was my big wearable for this year. I'm not sure if I'll do another one that size again. I might. Moralefiber.com has got some really cute stuff, and I thought I saw a duster, you know, one of the long pieces that I might do. I don't know yet. Most of the time I make like little hats and things and fingerless gloves and whatnot, and I haven't done those since last year when I made a set for myself. Everything else is going to be blankets, wall hangings, and stuff like that. Speaking of wall hangings, let's see. Okay. My Filet crochet project, which I'm doing with a steel hook. It is a 2.25 millimeter steel hook. I'm using size 10 crochet thread. And so the cats, which is you can find them for free on Google or just about anywhere else. Just look up Filet crochet cats and you'll see these. It's a set of 6. Sorry. It's a set of 6, but 2 of them are duplicated. They're just reversed. So my intention is to do the 4. There's 4 different ones, and my intention is to do those. So I finished one. Actually, I finished 2 now, but I haven't finished the square that the second one is in. So there's this. There you go. It's kind of hard because they're not blocked. Yeah, he's gonna need to be. These are gonna need to be blocked. But there's the second one. It just needs to have this top section put on, because there's rows here and then it goes, you know, and then this top, and then it goes to the next one. So that's that, and I will show you the picture of the next one that I'm going to do. Let's see. Gotta bring it up. Okay. So I'm gonna be doing that one. He's sitting down. So I'll do that one next. And then I will do, I plan to do that one last. So that one should be cute. But this is going to take some time to do. I might work on it again some more today, or I might hold off on it, because I do want to get work done on the winter gnome, because winter's almost over. The last one I got to back up again for, because it's a big one. On one of my videos, I think it may have been the first video of the year, or maybe the last video, I don't remember exactly, I let you guys know that I was making a blanket, and I showed you part of it that I'm making for my coworker. Now, originally, it was going to be vertical. I'm sorry, horizontal. So I was going to do 1 block, 1 block, 1 block, and it was going to be vertical, not horizontal. Yeah, it was going to be horizontal, so it was going to be stacked. And I was going to do 6.5 feet that way. Well, it started getting out of hand as far as how many, skeins of yarn I'm using, because I'm using Bernat Big Blanket, or Bernat Blanket. Bernat Blanket. I'm not using the big blanket, I don't think. I'd have to look. It might be Bernat Big Blanket. But anyway, the skeins are, they're big and fluffy, but there's not that many yardage in them. And started out with deep burgundy, rich burgundy, and then we ran out at work, but we had mystical. So Bernat Mystical, he said, yes, let's do Bernat Mystical too. So I was going to do, you know, section of mystical, or burgundy, mystical, and then burgundy, but we were never getting the burgundy in. So I was getting the mystical, so I was like, okay, we'll put burgundy in the middle. So I started that over. And then I realized just recently, because we do have both of them in again, they're $12.99 a skein, just so you know. I got you looking at it, and somehow, some way, my vertical ended up being 70, between 75 and 77 inches wide. That is 6'2", 6'5", no, 6'3", so about 6 foot to 6'3", and he is 6'1". So I'm thinking, why don't I just turn it horizontally and make the stripes horizontal? And that way I only have to make it about 5 feet wide that way. And so I was like, geez. So let me back up. I'm still in the process. Get this here. I am still in the process of adding the burgundy. You can't see it all. This is about 2 feet. I don't know if I can go back far enough. This is 2 feet, and this is about a foot. So that's 3 feet right there. It is huge. The burgundy, I'm not going to try and show all of it, but I want to show the burgundy. Now it fell. This thing is heavy too. Those of you who have ever worked with the Bernat blanket, you know these blankets can get heavy. Another one of the reasons why I don't use it, but it is nice. But you see the burgundy, which is like a purple color in my screen, is a single color, and it's darker than this. This red is nicer and brighter and lighter. Sorry, there's a bird on my window screen. So I'm not exactly sure. I mean, this is what he chose, this is what he wants, so I am going to sandwich this in between these. This thing is huge. So yeah, I don't know how better to show it, but you can see that this is a little duller, this has got a little bit more vibrancy, and the difference between the colors is very, very obvious. I'm not trying to cover it, not trying to blend it. I still think it looks good. I think he's gonna like it. I'm hoping he'll like it. He says he will, but you know how it goes. But it will keep him warm next winter. Oh, I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish that. That 2 feet of the mystical is 11 skeins. No. 10? I think 10 skeins. 10 balls, if I remember correctly. So I will make the burgundy a lot smaller because I'm going to put another 2 feet on the other side. So I might only make it, I might leave it just like that, finish out that bit, and then leave it like that. Or I may just use whatever burgundy I have and then add another 2 feet of mystical on the other side and let it go at that. And of course it'll be more than 5 feet, but it won't be as wide as it is tall. So there'll be that. It's just it's tiring carrying that around, moving that thing around. So I work on it in spurts because it's just really, I mean, I'm using a huge, I think this is a U-hook. If I remember correctly, it's a U-hook, but it's huge. And I'm using that. I don't have a loom. I've talked to people who use a loom, like a knitting loom almost. You know, the big long pieces that you would, you know, loom knit a hat or something on. And they're using just one edge of it and using that to hold the loops as they crochet, and as they finger crochet. And I'm actually thinking about doing that. Maybe not with the Bernat blanket, but then again, I might. I just think it's going to be a little while before I do that again, because that stuff is just really, really heavy. And very, very expensive. But that's what I have done in the last 2 weeks. I've been watching some floss tubers, mostly crocheters, cross stitchers. I do have some crocheters, but I have forgotten to write them down. So I will share them with you in another 2 weeks when I do another one of these videos. In the meantime, I am going to do, I'm going to do a second Maeve block for the Maeve Blanket Crochet Along. I don't have it out right now, but I'm going to do a second one. Marcy from Amnicon Studios Design. Just Marcy from Amnicon. I am so tired right now. She has 3 blocks done. She's doing hers in whatever color she's got on hand, and I'm doing it in this sage. Yeah, it's just called Sage. And from Loops and Threads, and she's using whatever she's got available. I think hers is Red Heart. But I'm going to put a border around it with granny stitches so that I can do a right. It's like, so I can do the add as you go thing. I can't even think right now. To put all the squares together, there's one where it's, you know, you do it as you go along. So I'm going to do a row of granny stitches on the outside, and then it's a join as you go, and then do the next one and put that one on it, and then do, you know, just join the two together and then do a join as I go. But it is going to be called the Maeve Blanket Crochet Along, Maeve Blanket CAL, C-A-L. And if you're interested in being a part of that, please use the hashtag Maeve Blanket CAL, C-A-L, in your videos showing your squares. And if you do the join as you go method, then by all means, you know, show that. I don't care. You can do it any way you want. The Maeve, I have left a link in the description box below so you can see how to do the Maeve. The Maeve was designed, created by, I don't know her actual name. Her name is Madam Stitch on YouTube, and it may be Madam Stitch on Instagram as well. I don't remember her exact name, her actual name, but yes. So that will be, the link will go to where that is. There is a video tutorial as well as a written pattern for it, so because there are a couple of stitches. There is a granny spiked and a granny cross that you may need help, and I think there's those two I know for sure you probably will need help with if you've never done them before. I know I've had to look at them a couple of times to make sure I'm doing them right, and then once I get going, I'm good at it. You know, I'm fine with that stitch, but it takes a little bit to get started with them. So I would hope that more people would join us, but if not, enjoy our journey with it. You will see more in the next video as I get more squares done. I'm not racing a clock for this. I want to do 20 squares in the coming year, so I may step it up a little bit, but I also have big granny squares that I'm doing for my own self, using the Flower Power Granny in a Skein. I don't have any out right now, but if you are interested, you can see them in my last video, where I showed the granny squares that I did, and I even show the labels so you can see which ones they are, and those are by Red Heart, but it's a pretty interesting design, and I'm going to do 10 different colors and then do 2 for each of the colors, so I'll have 20 blocks for that as well. And then I may just do the border in a white or a black or something, I don't know, but I'll be using I will be doing a join as you go as well, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do black to make it give it a stained glass look. So I'll do rows of black on, edges on the black, and do the join as you go for that as well, to try to give it like a more stained glass look. But yeah, so that's what I've got going on. That's what you'll be seeing in the next video, as well as maybe some more work on I'm hoping I will have the Winter Gnome done, but we'll see. But more work done on the Winter Gnome, more work done on the cat, maybe the blanket that I'm doing with the Caron cakes, the Caron Macchiato yarn. You might see that instead. I don't know. Like I said, I do these every 2 weeks, so there's no telling what I'll be showing you next time. I won't be showing you baby booties. But that's it. So thank you so much for joining me. If you liked what you saw and want to see more, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, drop a comment. I do answer the comments as quickly as I can. So that's it. I will see you guys on the flip side.